everybody, and welcome to Saya Shop channel. Today we're going to make some hats. Now I've made these hats for Christmas Day, but you could use these hats on any special occasion. So there you go. So let me show you 3 I've made already, and I'm going to make another one with you today, and we can go from there. So I hope you enjoy this. So the first one, there it is. It's a little hat. And it's made out of cardboard, rubber bands, wool, and glitter, and toilet roll. So there you go. So that's the first one. The second one, there it is. A bit of a funky face there going on. And the next one is that one. Ta-da! So so that's all good. So there you go. So that's what we're going to make today. So or the 4th version anyway. So to start with, we need a base, and this is what it is: a piece of cardboard, fairly thick. You just need to cut it into a circle like this. It's up to you what size you use. I've used this size. I'll just show you. I won't actually put it on, but yeah, as you can see. You see that? You can measure that around my chin. So I've done it that way, but you could have a bigger circle. Now, if you do, it would be a bit more flimsy. So I would make the cardboard into layers. So 2 or 3 bigger layers as a circle like that, and then you could have a big circle on your head. But that's entirely up to you how you do that. But today I'm showing you it as a smaller circle, and go from there. The first thing you need to do is also get some wooden sticks like this. I have these left over, and I've cut them to size, but you could use toothpicks, that's the word. You could use those. You just need to use these to stop to be able to fix, there they are there, fix the rubber band, if that makes sense. Otherwise they come off. So let's begin. The first thing you need to do is make a hole. So I make a hole for the rubber bands to fix these sticks by pushing it into the cardboard. Now, you probably say, how far away do I need to be from the side? If you put a hole there, if someone's a bit heavy-handed putting the hat, that's the word, on their head, it might rip. So if you put it there, it shouldn't do that. So that's all good. So I've made a hole there. Now I need the middle part, so that goes there. You can imagine that. So put that up next to the stick. And then I need another hole the other side. So I just want to put it there-ish. Can you see that? So you just put it there. You don't want to go further in, otherwise you won't be able to stick your toilet roll on there. So it's just about there. So I'm going to come out a little bit so that the toilet roll's got a bit of room for manoeuvre when we stick that on. But all will be revealed in a minute. So I'm just going to push that down like that. For some reason it does want to go through. I thought for a minute then it wasn't going to go through. So you can make these holes a little bit bigger, because in a moment you're going to put the rubber band through that hole. Okay. Now, I'll show you this bit next. What you need to do is get some rubber bands and loop them all together. So I've done some already because it takes a little bit of time to loop them, and I don't want you to be bored watching me do that. Now, you keep looping them, and then what you want to do is just put it around your head, and then if you can imagine the circle of the cardboard on top of your head, it needs to be secure so it doesn't fall off, but at the same time you don't want to be strangling anybody when they put it on. So this isn't too bad. I think another 1 or 2 will be enough. So what I'm going to do is just show you how I do that first of all. What I find is a good thing to do is get the end and put it around your little pinky finger and hold it like that, and then thread them through, and then just in case you drop it, and then all the bits will fall apart until you've secured both ends. So I don't know whether you can see this, but you sort of need to just loop the rubber bands together, and just like that. Can you see that? I just loop that. So there's a loop. Now you want to try and not put the same colour together, because you just want it to look a bit funky and all different colours, all in a random order. So I'm just going to show you one more. So just loop that through and then pull that like that. So now you just need to make sure you don't lose the ends, because if you do drop it, it will all come apart until you've secured it, which I'm going to show you now. So again, just check it. Yeah, that's fine. It's not too tight. I can still talk and eat and drink and all the rest of it. So you don't want anybody who's wearing it not to be able to do any of those little functions. Okay. You know what I mean, what I'm saying? You do. That's great. So the next thing we need to do is get your piece of cardboard, and you need to thread one end through the hole. Now, this can be a little bit tricky, so what you need to do is get your little stick and find the end. I don't know if you can see this, hopefully you can. It's a bit tricky to show you guys, but hopefully you can see it. And then you just thread the rubber band through that hole. Now, it can be a bit tricky. Now, I find if you keep pushing it through like that, the rubber band will show the other end. Can you just see that? Can you see that? Yeah. So what you want to try and do is catch it and then pull the whole thing through like that. And that's it. And that's done then. And then what you need to do is where the loop is there, you want to put that stick through and then just pull it taut. And then that's not going to come off now. We're going to stick that down in a minute, but I just want to do the other end before we carry on. So you do the same thing on the other side. This one's a bit more tricky because this end is a longer piece, because that's where we started threading the rubber bands, but this side is half that size. So this is where it could go a little bit wrong if you drop it. So now you need to go to the bottom, because this is the top where the sticks are, and thread that through. Now, can you see this? I'll try and do this without it all collapsing on me. Now I need to thread. Now I can see that the hole's not very big, so I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. And you need to thread both ends of the rubber band through that hole. This is the side you looped. And then pull it all the way through, and then you should hopefully get both there. Yeah, and that's worked. So there's two loops now. Can you see that? There's two loops. So I'm just going to put the stick through the loops like that. Can you see that? Yeah. And then you want to pull that back down without losing those loops, which I just have. Got to sort of put your finger on this one and deal with this one at the same time. This is the bit, I think this is the most trickiest bit of the project, to be honest. And then pull that taut. So you just want to pull that back through. So there you go. And then we'll mess about with that in a moment. So there you go. So now it's actually on there. So you've got the top, and now you've got the bottom. So if you can imagine that goes over your head, and then that will stay on. Okay, and you can put it at a jaunty angle, whichever way you like when you wear it. So next, what we're going to do is stick the sticks down. Now you want to make sure, I forgot to tell you, you don't want the sticks to go over the edges of the circle of the cardboard. You see that? So there and there and there needs to be within the cardboard circle. Okay. So what happens now is you get your glue gun, and I'm using a glue gun because it sticks quick. So that's the why I'm doing that. I mean, you could use other glue. Like I said before, Yoo-Hoo's a good one. That sticks quite quick and is clear like a glue gun. is as well. So that's so you don't actually see too much of the glue. So what you need to do is you just need to pull that over slightly, because what we're going to do is you want that to stick just about there. Yeah. So you pull that over, and then all I do is just put a line of glue, just like that. And then I pull that back down, and then I push that into where the glue settled, and make sure that it's something like that, and just pull that tight. It's quite good actually, because pulling that pulls the whole stick down and it sticks fairly easy. Okay, can you see that? So that's stuck now. So that one, you can leave that one alone. Now this is the one that we need to do next. So you do exactly the same thing. So you just pull it over. It's a bit more tricky, this one, because it's a smaller, well, you've got two loops basically. And we're going to put a bead along there. So let me just show you that. So you put the bead all along there, pull that over, and then you just want to get that to all settle on the glue. I'm going to pull that taut, and there you go. So there you've got it. So it's all stuck down now, so I can let go of that. So that's all ready to go around your head. Yeah, just like that. So don't worry if this is all different angles, because it's organic, so you don't have to line it up. You know, if you look at that, it's you know, if you want to be a perfectionist, get it all in line, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to cover this anyway. So yeah, that's all good. So that's a good job so far. Next thing we're going to do is stick the toilet roll into the middle. Now, even though I measured this, I've noticed can you see that? The toilet roll goes over a bit. So a good thing with toilet roll, you can just push it down like that and make it fit in the middle there. So don't worry if it's pushing the siding, because you won't notice anyway. So now we just put a bead of glue around the toilet roll. Can you see that? All the way around, just like that. Get rid of the wispy bits, and then stick that, and we've got to pinch it a little bit, like I said, because for some reason the sticks are further in, even though we made them further apart and it shouldn't have done that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We get over these little issues. So there you go. So now it's all stuck on there like that. So you can imagine that on your head. See? All good? Yeah, so there you go. Ta-da! Right, the next thing we need to do is we need to put some wool around the toilet roll. So the way we do that is you get some wool, find the end, and then we just, let me put that there, put that round the middle, and then you just tie it like that, and then tie it again if you can, just like so. So now I've got it tied on the middle there. Can you see that? And now we've got a bit left over. I just need to cut that off, because you don't want that. And I'm going to keep that because we'll keep that for a future project. So that's all done. And then all you do is just keep that in one hand and hold that in that hand like that. And then you want to just keep wrapping the coloured wool around like this. And when you get to about that stage, you don't want to see any gaps. You just want to use your nail and push that down. And like I say, when you wrap it round, don't wrap it too hard, too tight, because it's to make this part more difficult for you to do. And yeah, so push that down as far as it'll go. Because you just want to cover the toilet roll at the end of the day. So keep doing that. Roll it round. It doesn't have to be perfect, because it just all adds to the character of the hat. Push that down like that, and again wrap it round, keep doing that, then stop and push it down a little bit, Make sure there's no gaps. Again, round and round and round we go. Push it down. You see that? Yeah. See, and it's covering it quite quickly. And there's not any glue inside at the moment, but there will be at the top when I get to the end of this. So again, push that down. I'm just going to look round just to make sure I've got it all covered, which I have. Now, on this bit, when you get to about this stage, we need to put a bit of glue up here just to seal that wool. That's the word. So I'm just going to put a bead along there like that. And then quickly, I just sort of place it around that. So it's going to go over that glue that we just put on there. And then what I'm going to do is just turn it over, and on the other side, put a little bit of glue as well. And do exactly the same. So you just put in the wool over that bead of glue. And keep doing that until you can't do it anymore. Like it's about now, really. That's about it. I might, yeah, no, that's good. Oh, actually, I can still see a little bit of the toilet roll, so I'm just going to put a little bead there and pull that around just to cover that. And let that settle for a minute. You see that? So I've covered most of it. If you've still got little gaps, you can just move it around again with your nail. But that's it. And then you just cut that off. Just like that. So now we have a covered toilet roll. Yeah? Right. Now the next thing we're going to do is the top. So we're going to put some hair on the top like that. So you want to pick a different colour wool, and I'm using this one. So all you do with this, it's quite easy and quick. Just get about 3 fingers and then put that around like that and keep going like this. Now don't do it too tight, because when you go to pull, you need to pull this off, and when you go to pull this off, you'll find you can't do it because you do it too tight, and you'll have wool stuck on your hands forever, and that's not good. So keep doing that for about, well, it depends how much hair you want, really. That stage, and then just pull that off like so. Keep it in a loop, don't lose the loop. And then you want to cut about here, put that to one side, and then what we're going to do is you need to tie this off. So what you do is you just sort of bunch it together like that, and then go round like that. You see that? So this is the bit we're going to cut in a minute, and this is going to be the bottom. So I've just wrapped that round, but now you need to tie it off. So you need to use your other finger. This, again, a little bit tricky, but you need to put your finger there and then go around like that, and then make that into a loop so you can tie that off. Can you see what I'm doing? No, you can't. There you can. And then you just let go of it and then pull it. So that's tied. So again, you just do that. Basically, you just tie it off so it all stays together once you cut it. And you'll understand what I mean in a minute when I show you that part. Okie dokie, nearly there. Right, pull that tight like that. Okay, so we've got this end, which is the bottom, and this is the top. Now we've got all the, can you see you've still got your little hole there. And what you need to do is get your scissors and then just go through and cut all those off. Like that. Now you may find you missed some, but it looks like I've missed some. Can you see? You've got there's another loop there. So you just need to cut that. So you want to get rid of all the loops now, which I think I've done. So there you go. So there you've got a luxury head of hair. Look at that. See? Don't worry about this bit either, because you won't see that. And what we're going to do is stick this on top of there. That'll go inside there. Okay, but you'll find that this is might fall in. So I'll show you a little technique there to make sure it doesn't fall in. And I'll just show you that now. To get your glue again, put it around the top, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. Put that to one side. Now, what you want to do is put this in the middle and then just hold that there in the middle and then pull the other side and then do that with the other wispy bits and then try to cover, get it a little bit to stick on the ends of the toilet roll, just like that. You see that? But not all of them, because you want some of them to stick up. So this is just to stop it from falling into the toilet roll. That's not what you want. Okay, you're with me so far? You are. That's great. Okay, right, so we've got that bit. I've just noticed there's a couple of loops that I've missed there. So all I'm going to do is just literally cut them like that. So there you go. There's no more, definitely no more loops now. So yeah, so that's all stuck on there nice and neat. Okay. Now, the next thing we need to do is make some faces, because what we're going to do is stick some eyes, nose and a mouth, and then we're going to put some glitter around the bottom to finish that off. And then I believe that is basically done. Oh, we need to put a little edge around there as well, but I'll show you that at the very end once the glitter goes on. So yeah, so far so good. Looks really good. So now we need to make a face. Now it's up to you what kind of face. I've been making them up. See, you can see there. You see there. I made little faces up. So I've got a tongue there, a bit of a Rudolph sort of nose, because I thought that was in keeping with Christmas. But you can make up whatever you want. Make them into animals, monsters, anything really. Entirely up to you. So what I'm going to do is use my pencil, and I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. So let me think. I might do triangle eyes just for something different. So I'm just going to draw. You see this? Triangles, a bit like that. You see that? Like that. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a bit wonky, it doesn't matter. It's all organic and it all gives it character. So don't get stuck trying to do it perfectly, because that's not going to work, guys. Then I think I might actually do another triangle like nose. And then I might just, I've already done square mouth, so let me have a look. Oh, perhaps I'll do a wavy mouth. Let me just do that. So like that. You see that? Okay, now you just need to cut this out. This is the tricky part as well. So I'm just going to get rid of that excess cardboard. And the triangle bits will be easy, but the wavy mouth will be a bit more tricky. So I'm just cutting along those lines. So we have 3 triangles. So 2 of those are going to be the eyes. Don't know which way around we're going to put them yet. And one's going to be the nose. And now we've got the wavy mouth. So I'm just going to go around that quickly as I can, because I don't want you guys getting bored. And yeah, there you go. And what I think I'll do, because I'm going to put a little cut into these middle bits like that, so that when I cut, the cardboard won't concertina up, hopefully. I mean, it still will a little bit, but it just makes it easier. See, I've cut that bit out and I've got the other bit to do now. And yeah, it's not, I just find that easier to do it that way. So you keep doing that. But like I say, you can make any face. You know, it's up to you what design you use. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said before, it adds to the character. And yeah, I'm just going to finish that bit off. And the next bit, I normally just make the face parts up really quickly. I don't really think about it much. I just do it and then see what it looks like. A 9 times out of 10, I really like what's happened. We've got some little bits of card left over. I'm going to keep that for a future project because you know me. We don't put it in landfill, do we? No, we do not. We use it at a later date. So, just get rid of these little bits sticking out. So we got that. So we got our eyes. So I'll just put that down there so you can see that. And that's the eyes because it's the same. And I might do it like that. Or shall I do it like that? Oh, yeah, I might do it like that. So I'm just having a look on the table how it's going to look, or I think it should look. And yeah, I think it's going to be like that. So there's the eyes, that's the nose, and that's the mouth. So we just get our felt tips or Poscas, whichever one you're using. And we're going to colour it in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a couple of circles there, half circles, for the eyes, like I have on the other ones. Let me just do that, so you can see that. So there's the, I'm going to colour those in. Now I think I might do a, well actually I've just realised I've done blue on each of my 3 hats I've made already. So I'm going to keep to the same thing. So I'm going to use a blue Posca. And I know this, let me just check, there's paint coming through. Give it a little shake, remember? A little shaky. Push that down. There you go. See me doing that? Push that down, make sure it's the flow's coming through. And then you just paint that eye. Okay. And the same with this one. Yeah, that's done. So now we've got those bits. Did that? Now we've got to do the nose. Now I might do something, a different colour. I'm looking at my other ones to see what colours I've used on the noses and the mouths and and that kind of thing, so that I don't copy the same colour, because I want them all to be different and have their own characters. So let's have a look. I might do a little. Let's do a little. Oh no, that's already been done. Let's make a decision, Simon. Let's make red for the well, mouth. Funny sort of mouth, really, but you know, it is what it is. Give it a little shake, remember? Yeah, plenty of paint coming through there. And then I'm just going to paint the whole of this mouth all the way around. See that? Yeah, push that around. Fill in all the gaps if you can. Don't worry if you don't. Again, it just adds character, so that's all good. If you know what I mean, what I'm saying. You do, that's great. And fill all that bit in. We're going to put some highlights in a minute, so don't worry if you do miss any bits, because we are going to jazz them up. Okie dokie, pig and a pokey. Right. Ooh, missed a bit there. And what shall I do the nose? What do you think I should do? Let's have a green nose. I know it's a bit unusual, but we will go with it. Shake it, check it's working, and yeah. Now just paint that with your Posca. And all the way around. Can you see that? I'm probably not showing you properly. I do apologise. And yeah, just go around like that. That will dry in a moment. Okay, so now we need to put some highlights on. So what I need to do now is find a white. There's my little pot. There it is. And with the fine Posca, and I know there's some white already coming through on that, I'm just going to put some, I don't know what you call it, you know, on your right, well, you'll see in a minute. I'm going to put some little I think they're vessels, aren't they? Blood vessels, sort of thing. Now, can you see that? Just, but it's slightly out of focus, so apologies, but you can see it, I believe. Yeah. Just to give some sort of blood vessels, or I don't think they are blood vessels. What are they? Let me know in the comments below what those little bits of your eyes are. So can you see that? Can you? Yeah. And then I'm just going to use a little black to do the inside of your eye. So just something like that. And I didn't use this on the last lot, but yeah, so now, you see that? Like that, see? All will be revealed and make sense shortly. Yeah, so now I'm going to do the nose. Now I'm going to use another black because I want to put the nostrils in on this one. Now, what did I say I was going to do? I was going to do it like that, and then perhaps I'll do it with the nose that way around. So the nostrils will be at the bottom there. So you'll see what I mean in a minute when I draw the nostrils in. So there's one nostril. Can you see that? Can you see that? I think I need another camera showing you all this. Anyway, I'll show you to the screen. So now you have it like that. So there's the little nostrils. So put that down like that. See that? And what I'm going to do with the funny lips, I think that's what we're calling, I'm going to go around with the black again. So what I'm going to do is just go around the edge with a big black Posca, just to give it a bit of definition, and it'll show up better when you stick it on your hat. So I'm just going around like that. I will show you in a minute if you can't see it, because it's a bit tricky, because this is a bit fine, this work, so the camera won't pick it up as well as me showing you up close to the camera, if that makes sense. Okay, let's have a look. So now we got it like that. See what I'm saying? We'll put a bit more detail on. And I'm going to go around the nose, around the edge as well with black, because it will give it definition as well. And I've nearly done that. Let me just put a bit on the side there. So there's a little wispy bit, get rid of that. And there you go, you've got your nostrils. We're going to put some more highlights on in a minute, but I just wanted to show you how I do it. And the eyes, I'm just going to go around the actual pupil and the other one, and again along the edge. Give it definition again. And a bit more. And another one. And another one. So now we have our eyes. The eyes, the eyes, the eyes. Ooh, scary. Yeah. Okay, so you got that. Now, I'll put those back down so you can see them on the camera. So you got the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Now I'm going to give it a bit of definition. So I'm going to use the narrow, thin white PC1M. And I think I will, just trying to think how I should do it. I might just highlight the colours. Let me do that now to show you. So like that. You see that? I'm just going to leave it like that, I think. And with the nose, I'm going to highlight the nostrils and a little nostril hole there. You see that? So I'm doing it like that. The nose, and then the eyes. I think I maybe just put a little bit of white just in there, so you can see the whites of your eyes, I suppose you could say. Is that right? Yeah. So there you go. You see that? So yeah. So that's all good. So now they're all finished. So let me just move these pens out of the way. And we are going to stick the eyes and the nose and the mouth on, and then we'll get on to the next part. So we're nearly there. So we're getting there, guys. Thanks for still watching me and you haven't switched off. So I believe that helps, doesn't it, to keep watching. Anyway, so we're going to go with that. So now I just get my glue gun and I realise I'm nearly out. So I'm just going to pop another glue stick in. And there it's gone in. And then if I put that there, you might be able to see me do this. So I need to make sure what's on the table here is put on there in the same order or in the same way round. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on that one, on the first eye, and then put that there. Just hold that for a second. You see that? Looking good. And now the next one needs to go like that. So another bit of glue there and pop that on there. Oh, it's looking good. Just keep that pushed in a minute so that sticks. Now the nose is going to go there. So a bit of glue on the back there. You don't need too much. And pop that on there and give it a little push. So that's that bit. And then this bit's going to go, oh, it's quite big actually. Oh dear, we've got a slight issue here with that being slightly bigger and I haven't done the bottom. So what I will do is, I think I will stick that on like that. So it just means this particular hat, the person, whatever it is got a big mouth. But I need to put some glitter along here. So if I stick that on now, it's going to be more tricky for me to do that. So I'm going to leave that to the very end and then stick that on. So we'll jump to the next part, which is the glitter, and then put a little bit more yellow wool around the edge just to finish that off. And then we'll stick that back on and everything will be good. And then we'll be completed. So we're nearly there, guys. I've got some glue. Glitter glue, and I'm going to use that. Now if you haven't got glitter glue, not a problem, you can just use your normal school glue, and what we're going to do is make lines of glitter along the bottom there. So what you could do is use this glue, do some lines all the way around with gaps in between, and then use whatever colour glitter, normal glitter you've got, and sprinkle that on, and then let that dry. Then do fill in the other lines that you haven't filled, and pick a different glitter colour and do that. Let that dry and then carry on. But these are quite good because it's got the glue and the glitter together. That's why it's called glitter glue, funnily enough. You know what I mean, what I'm saying? You do. That's great. So let me just show you on this one what I mean. Can you see that? So you've got lines of glitter. And because I'm using glitter glue, it's quite easy because you're putting glitter and glue on the cardboard straight away. But you can do it the other way, but that's a bit more time consuming if you haven't got glitter glue. And I know a lot of people don't have glitter glue hanging around their house. And yeah, so there you go. So it's not a problem. You just need to, it would just take you a little bit longer to complete the project, that's all. But that's not a problem. You can just get on with that, and that's good. So the first thing I'm going to do is tip my glue upside down and try and get it to the bottom. Okay. And I didn't even know glitter glue existed until a couple of months ago. And it's changed my life. This is by Elmer's. It's called Classic Glitter Glue. Yeah, it's very good. Anyway, so you turn that upside down. And then again, you just turn that to open the nozzle. I think that's the word. And then, this is where it gets slightly tricky, but I'll try to show you. What you want to do is put a bead all along the edge. And what I normally do is go along the edge where that stick is, and then I'm going to put the silver on top of this stick in a moment after I've used all the gold. So what you want to do is you want to put a little bit, it's quite tough to get out, but a little bit on the edge, but not much because you don't want it to drip. So you want a little bit on the edge because we're going to put a line of wool along there. So because it's glue, that really helps you to stick the line of wool around the edge after we put all the glitter on. So yeah, you just go along and you put the line all the way along. I'm going to get to the end just a little bit, not too much, and then carry on. And if you've got gaps after you've done all this, it doesn't matter because it's all organic and it's not set in stone that you have to do it this way or that way. So there's a bit too much there, so I'm just going to try and get that off and put that there. So can you see that? So now I've done a line of glitter. So now I just need to do the same here. So you put a line and then let it fall, a line, let it fall, a line, let it fall, a line, let it fall, line, let it fall. So there you go. Okay, turn that around, do it the same on the other side, a line, put it fall, let it fall, same again. You do want to get some on the ends though, not much, because like I say, we will need that glue to stick the wall along it later on. Okay, so I've done that. I'll just do that bit. There's a bit more there, and there you go, just line another line there, and that bit's done, completed. Or saying that, I've noticed that there isn't much glue on the edge, so I just need to make sure there is a little bit, but not much, because you don't want it to drip. You need to use it sparingly. Okay, so I think that's good. So can you see how that's looking? Oh, it's looking really good on camera because it's catching the light. Okay, so there you go. All good. So now, mustn't forget to close your glitter and clean it off. Otherwise, next time you use it, it's not going to work. And there'll be money down the pan, and you don't want that. Not good. Right, so now this one's closed. Shake it, put it upside down to get it moving, and then just open it. It won't come out unless you squeeze it. So don't worry about that. So now we're going to fill the gaps now with the silver glue, glitter glue. So I'm just going around like that. And again like that. And there is some gaps, but don't worry. There are some gaps there. Can you see that? But when this dries, there's a bit too much there. I need to put that. When it dries, it goes flatter anyway. It looks quite 3D at the moment, but it will flatten out once it dries. It's just the way it works. It's a shame really, because sometimes I want it 3D and it does flatten out a bit, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah. Oh. And on this one, you need to go over the stick. And then you don't see much of it then. See what I mean? I've covered that stick. You can't see it now. It's covered in glitter glue. And again, just go all the way along the edge. And again, all the way along. And all the way along. So, a bit too much there. Can you see that? Looking good. So, I just need to do the other side. Go along like that. And like that. And like that. And I need to go along the stick. Okay, so I've got a bit too much there. I'm just going to move that around. Yeah, that all looks good. So there we go. We've got all the glitter on. And it's looking very sparkly, so that's good. So I'm just going to put this down. Now, I usually use a little pot or something just to put it down. Because if it does drip, it doesn't, I can get rid of it quite easily. Don't forget to clean your glitter glue, and turn off and shut the bottle. So it's ready for the next go. Okay, so we got that. So the next thing to do is, there's 2 more things now. We need to put a bead of yellow wool around the edge. A little bit tricky, but I'll show you how to do that. And then we'll put that back on with the glue gun, and then we're done. So what I'm going to do, what I do is I start from the back, which is there, and then you just push without it coming off. You might have to hold that down. Push that there. Now this can be a little bit tricky. So that's why you need the glue around the edge, because then it just sticks so easily. Can you see that? So I put that on. Oh yeah, you can see it. I put that on really quick. Now you can turn that round so that it's not difficult for you to do. So I'm just going to push that onto the glue that I put on the edge. If you start getting glue on your fingers, keep wiping them off, because you'll find the wool will stick to your fingers, not the actual cardboard, and that's not what you want. So turn that round, keep going all the way around till you meet the other end of the wool, and then just cut that off. Put that to one side and push that down like so. Now, what I do is I just pick it up and I just look. I don't know whether you can see there, but see I've gone too far up. So you can still see the cardboard. So all you do is you just go like that. You try to coach, can't say it. Push it then, push it down. Push it like that. To try and cover it. Don't worry if you can't do it, but it just looks a little bit neater. And I'm getting glue on my fingers, so I've got to be a bit careful. So I'm just going to wipe them quickly. And I'm just checking all the way around. And I'm happy with that. And like I say, you've got the seam or the ends at the back. Because, obviously that's a little bit, well, it's not messy, but you'll just see the seam where the 2 bits of wool meet. And it just looks better if you don't have that at the front, which is what we don't have. So there you go. So all looking good. So the next thing we need to do is put this one back on. And like I said, I made it too big. Now I've got to be careful because this is all still wet and I don't want to mix it all up. So, I mean, it's going to be a little bit organic, and the whatever sort of mouth that is going to go over the nostrils a little bit, but that's not a problem. That's just the way it goes. So I'm just going to pop that back on there carefully, and I'll get my glue gun and just put a bit of glue along there, and I'm going to stick that, can you see this? Stick that on there. Now I might put a little bit, push it into the glue, the glitter glue, because that will all stick together nicely. So that, as I say, is it, I think. So just gonna have a quick check, make sure everything's okay. There's a wispy bit from the glue gun, but no, all looking good. So there you go, guys, it's all finished. Bit of a strange looking face, but at the end of the day, make it up as you go along. So yeah, these are all going to be used Christmas Day. This video links into my other one with making part 1 and 2 of the crackers, because I said I'm making crackers, but I'm not actually putting hats in there. I'm going to make those separately. So when my friends come for Christmas dinner and they pull the cracker, there won't be a hat in there because they'll be wearing these. So I'll put some pictures on of us wearing them all. Okay, so hopefully you saw that okay, and you enjoyed that little clip. Well, it's 50 minutes, so apologies for being that long. But yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and it takes that time. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and yeah, let me have some pictures of any of the hats you make. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Okay then, bye-bye.